Oh, welcome in everyone on a Wednesday. I am Jack Stache. You are watching Fantasy Farm Sports edition of Thursday Night Picks. Right? We try to do Thursday Night Picks for you guys every single week. We're getting them out early this week because we feel it's very important so you can get your bets in early. As always, gridironmancave.com. Guys, you got to go over there and check out the fantastic helmets that they have. They're doing signs. They're doing rivalry signs, right? So it doesn't take up a lot of space. You could put them on your wall, as I have some of them. They're big, they're nice metal, they're aluminum signs, they're great quality, fantastic build. We're doing signs now, chin straps, logos, decals, you name it. Gridiron Man Cave does it. That's why we've partnered with him. We have a direct relationship, which is fantastic. You guys go over there and you take care of some of your man cave needs, right? It's very important, right? That everything looks fun when your friends come over, right? You got the wings, you got the dip, you got the beer, and you got to have a fun little place to hang out. Gridiron Man Cave helps improve your environment to watch the games with. Okay, let's get right to it, right? We're talking Rams, we're talking Vikings. The Vikings travel to the Coliseum to play the Rams. We don't have an exact beat on this game, so let's just talk it out. I want to talk it out with you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them. I will get to them as soon as we're done here. But I like talking this out to our one viewer, right? Because there's no clear-cut wins. Nothing's easy. They seem to have this figured out in week 8. But if we talk it out together, maybe we feel like we gain an advantage. I would like to tell you that before last Sunday's games, before any game started for this week, this line was Rams -3. The LA Rams were favored to win this game at home by 3 points. And then we played some football on Sunday, and we found out that the Minnesota Vikings were good enough to hang with the Detroit Lions. Now, they still lost that game, but it showed us a lot about these Minnesota Vikings, right? You have a Brian Flores-led defense that loves to blitz, but it's important that you could love to do something. Right, I love to go for runs every day. It doesn't mean I'm very good at it. I'm consistent, but I'm not great at it. The Vikings are good at getting to the quarterback. That's very important, right? Because if you're going to blitz and not be fast enough to get there, what is it? It doesn't count. You didn't put pressure on the quarterback. All you did was leave your safety having to run around extra and do all this extra work because you thought you can get to that guy. The Vikings are getting to the quarterback. They're getting sacks. They're getting pressures. They're doing all these things. They went toe-to-toe with the division standard now, Detroit Lions. It's not your grandfather's Detroit Lions, right? This is Detroit Lions that they're talking about Super Bowl this year, even though they lost Aiden Hutchinson. Vikings lost last week, but they were competitive against at least a top 3 team in the country. Okay, and the Rams in victory last week were unimpressive. They beat a Raiders team. So what? Big deal. It doesn't really matter. Just because you beat a team, there does matter how you beat a team, right? 24-20, unimpressive. I mean, that's what you can label the Rams. So the Rams this year, just to give you a heads up, haven't really beaten anybody. I know it's Sean McVay, it's Matt Stafford, but they've been banged up everywhere. They've lost Nakua. They've lost Cup. They'll be getting Cup back this game, but how much momentum have they already lost this season? They have wins against the 49ers, and they have wins against the Raiders, which we just mentioned last week. Are the 49ers good? No McCaffrey. Deebo Samuel's in and out. Ayuk with an ACL. I mean, the Niners are they're kind of wavering right now. They don't look great. They're searching for answers. The Raiders, we know the Raiders are bad. They've been with Minshew. They've been with O'Connell. They've been back to Minshew. Now they lost Adams. They're not a good team. I'm not convinced that the Rams have really beaten anybody. And I don't know if they can. Again, you only have so much magic that you can work as a magician. But if the cards are bent, it's hard to trick someone, right? You need a good set of cards. You need the tools to be able to create the magic as a magician. Otherwise, you're just a weird guy with a long mustache and a big top hat going, hey, pick a card. It gets weird. Okay. And I think that's where the Rams are right now. They're not the Super Bowl Rams. They're not a bad team, but they don't have enough jokers out there to be able to make teams cover certain players. And the Vikings are going to blitz. We know this. The line currently stands at Vikings 2.5-point favorites. That's really impressive because the line has now flipped 5.5 total points in just 3 days. And I think the Vikings are probably worth more than that. Okay, because although you're playing at home, you don't have anybody but Kyren Williams really to give the ball to. Cooper Kupp's coming back. The timing might be different. Who knows if he plays the whole game? That's the thing with Cooper Kupp right now. It's been a 5.5-point line movement. That is a lot of points based on one game. I expect Stafford to look for short. He's going to audible the short checkdowns. That's what Matt Stafford's going to have to do. He doesn't have, Tutu Atwell's a quick receiver, but that's what he is. He'll have Cooper Kupp back. Cooper Kupp will be the number one audible to short routes. That's 100% going to happen. Stafford will get the ball out of his hands. Thursday night football always favors the offense, by the way, guys. The defense hasn't had enough time to game plan, right? The offense is always a little bit quicker. And in a short week, you don't have time to prepare your body as much. So the offense always has more of an advantage. The things I love the best about this game. I love Cooper Kupp over 6.5 receptions. That's minus 130, by the way. I love that. And I love it because I believe that the Rams are rebuilding. I think this game proves it. The Rams are going to be competitive as they always are, but they are rebuilding. They'll have to find a way to generate offense from, younger athletes now. Right? Nakua is the future. I believe Kupp is the past. And they're going to get Kupp the ball as much as they can this game to prove that he can still do it. That he can still produce number one numbers, that he could still run crisp routes, that he could still block well, that he's worth value to another team. See, because he's not valuable to the Rams anymore. The Rams need draft picks. They need ammunition, right? The bullets in their gun, they're out. They still have a few weapons left, but they need to retool. And that's what the Rams are this year. They're in a division that they're not very competitive in, even though the division isn't great anyway. The Vikings need to keep up with the Lions. The Bears are still very live this year. I think that Cooper Kupp goes over 6.5 receptions. I don't know about the yards, unfortunately, because I know Stafford will be throwing quickly to Kupp to get out of these blitz situations. Those are things I can guarantee to you. I think the Rams will try and feature Kupp as much as possible this Thursday so that next week the phone is lighting up for them. Hey, you guys, look at your Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk's out for the San Francisco 49ers. You think they might pick up the phone? Yeah, they might. Because San Francisco needs somebody. I know that they have talent behind their top two guys, but look at Debo and Ayuk aren't looking or feeling as healthy as they used to. The Kansas City Chiefs just traded for DeAndre Hopkins today in the Titans. The Titans are sellers. Bills, they got Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper they got, huh? Off of the Cleveland Browns. Sellers. All before the trade deadline, by the way. Devontae Adams went from the Raiders to the Jets. Sellers. I think the Rams, after they lose this football game on Thursday night, even though they are competitive because they always are with Sean McVay calling plays, I do believe they become sellers. 100%. And I'll tell you what, the one team that I think that is buying, that hasn't really gotten any help, maybe besides the 49ers. You know, they have a play caller that's very familiar in Liam Cohen with a Cooper Kupp. And their name is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Remember, Baker Mayfield spent time in that Los Angeles Rams locker room. Kupp wasn't completely healthy, but they hung out together. Liam Cohen called plays for Kupp for half his career. There's a lot of familiarity there. Chris Godwin's gone, not coming back. Mike Evans, you won't see until week 12. Mike Evans' routes can be covered by the rookie McMillan from Washington. Who's going to take care of Godwin's work? No, seriously, who takes care of Godwin's work? Because it's not Trey Palmer, he's a burner. And I love Sterling Shepard, but he'll get killed over the middle trying to do what Chris Godwin does. It's a bad, bad plan. So what you do is you make Cooper Kupp look fantastic this Thursday night if you're the Rams. It's a great idea, right? Because you're going to need some kind of draft capital to rebuild this thing. Now you got McVay, you got Stafford for a few more years. Let's give it another go. We're not ready yet. We've been beaten up by injuries. We have some of the pieces to the puzzle, but we can't put them together yet. I believe that the Rams, after they lose this Thursday night to the Minnesota Vikings, the Vikings are trending. They're working hard. They're moving up. I'm not a big Sam Darnold guy, but he's got more weapons than the Rams have defenders. Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson. I've got Aaron Jones, by the way. It's not a bad little call here. Minus 120 for an anytime touchdown. How does that feel? Right? Because I know the wide receivers are going to be featured everywhere, but the Rams are going to try and blitz and match Minnesota's energy. If they throw a screen pass to Aaron Jones, he could run right up the middle and he get you like an 18 to 25 yard screenplay touchdown. That feels good to me. Thursday night might be a night where the offense gets ahead of the defense, but it's also a secondary players night. Not so much the stars shine a little bit. They always shine. But your secondary players, you want to get them touches in the spotlight as well. Because those guys that do all the dirty work all the time, they need some recognition. They need some pats on the back. And when the lights are brightest on Thursday night and Monday nights, they want some recognition. You try to get those guys in positive situations. So here's what we got. We've got the Minnesota Vikings winning tomorrow night. On the money line, don't get cute. It's a 5.5 point swing since last week. It's 2.5 point favorites right now. I like the Vikings on the money line. That's what I'll be betting. I also like Cooper Kupp over 6.5 receptions at minus 130. I think that's a good bet. Aaron Jones, anytime touchdown, minus 120. Also a favorable position for you guys. And when you win, I want you to take those winnings over to gridironmancave.com because you'll have plenty of them. You get yourself some memorabilia, right? And you improve the place for you and your buddies to hang out with either on Sunday night, Monday night, or next Thursday night football, right? That's what you want to do with all of those winnings. Guys, I am Jack Stache, and I will see you back here sooner rather than later. Enjoy the rest of your days, guys.